If you've got an old Samsung remote like this and either the channel or volume buttons, the little rockers here, are giving you trouble, they're not wanting to push up or down smoothly, it's not registering, don't just toss your Samsung remote and find a cheap knockoff on eBay. You would definitely be losing some quality. I would recommend cleaning this out and restoring button function. I'm going to show you how to take this all apart and get this working again. Obviously, just pull the back off. If you are wondering the specifics, there is the model of this remote. Pop batteries out. Okay, thankfully, they did design this remote to be disassembled, and you can access the buttons. From the bottom, it would be the right-hand side. You've got this slot here, which I've got a handy-dandy screwdriver here to get this popped open. Thankfully, if you're an amateur like myself, I don't really work professionally with electronics. I just kind of tinker around. If you were to mess up the plastic here, it's not the end of the world because the cover is just going to slide over it. So I'll show you what I did here to get this open. Just kind of gently twist. You'll hear a loud pop. There we go. Now you've got a set of plastic pieces on both sides. You want to push in and gently twist again, and you want to work that plastic open. Very gently. You don't want to bend or break anything. Or if you've got one of these, this is for like cell phone repair, but that might help you out. Just get a better angle. They didn't work for me in this case, but you just want to be able to work all the way around the outside. Then down here on the bottom, there's two little clasps, little retainers that are holding it together. And since I've already done this, I'm trying to show you how to do this at home. Obviously doing this again is gonna work that plastic over again, so I'm trying to do this gently so I don't maim my remote here. There we go. All right, you just want to hear some more clicks and pops. Those little clips letting go. You want to be gentle, you don't want to break anything, so when you click it back together, everything snaps tight. Okay, I was able to get my screwdriver in there, and I'm opening up this outside panel. There we go. All right, you can kind of see right there. Those are the little clasps I'm talking about, those little plastic retention little grippers. Gonna work our way around the outside here. Gently, you want to push in. You want to push in and twist. Not very hard. Just slowly work your way around the edge. And don't be afraid to pull just a little bit too, just to help that along. But a screwdriver is definitely going to be your friend here. There we go. All right, I was able to get this side to release too. And now this is when, oh, dang it, no. Well, got a little crack there. Obviously, doing this again for the second time kind of weakened that plastic. That's unfortunate, but all for the views. All right, so, okay. You can see there, you push in and twist. You just want to work everything loose to about here, just right around this little circle area. Get all that plastic loose. There's a couple clips on both sides. here and here. Okay. All right, awesome. We've got it pretty much opened up to where I started this video in the first place. I'm kind of working backwards here. So, yep, got that open. Little casualty here. That's too bad, but I will say this is still far better than any knockoff remote. You want to stick with Samsung branded remote here if you can. So we're gonna do a little transition and switch over to the video I took previously. Now that I've got the little rockers removed, I've just got a bottle of Germex here. Just gonna use some Q-tips, get it all cleaned off. I'm sure this should probably work. You can use whatever cleaner you have available at home. I just wouldn't use anything that's gonna leave some sort of sticky residue on there. Just wanna get that all free of debris and gunk. And to be honest, Germex might even leave something on here. Gotta wait and see. Maybe just getting a bottle of isopropyl alcohol would work just fine too. So there we go. See, it's pretty grimy. Pulling all sorts of Cheeto dust and whatever nonsense off of that. So yep. Yeah, the rockers themselves look fine. I don't see any broken or sheared plastic. It's just all gummed up from a lot of use from over the years. So just make sure both of those look nice and shiny clean. And then we'll get everything reassembled, and I'll take a second glance underneath the remote itself, take a peek at the guts here on the inside, make sure that there's nothing damaged on the inside. Just wanted to mention, you can also see here, got some gunk on there too, just little pieces of food here or something. Might need something smaller than a Q-tip, or maybe just take a Q-tip, kind of round it out like that, just so you get a point. Kind of get in here. Probably don't want the pieces falling inside, so might have to use a can of air to get those out. Yeah, it's kind of crusty, so I'm gonna spray this out. All right, so I got my can of air, doing right there. Just gonna get this all sprayed out. Oh, and the pieces go flying. Make sure we don't have any yummy leftovers inside here. Obviously, I have no idea how this is gonna sound on video. Probably kind of abrasive to your ears, so I apologize. Just making sure there's not any residual crusties in there. Okay, seems to be pretty good. Just gotta make sure we get those pieces all put back correctly. Because it's only partially open like this, we shouldn't really have any issue with the little buttons not wanting to go back in place here. So let me get that all put back together for you. Okay, so I do want to mention when putting these back in, the elongated portion here, those go towards each other, towards the middle. So when you're dropping this in from the top, just make sure that pointed section here is flipped over and just dropped in like so. Try not to force anything. Just let it kind of fall in like that. And then plop your buttons down. I'd recommend just clicking it all back together upside down. Obviously you want to make sure everything's going to fall in place here. You can kind of see all the buttons are going to go back where they're supposed to. And then just click it back into place. Lastly, the spots down here that we used to get it open. Right there, that little section where we put that screwdriver in there. So everything looks tight. Just gonna, that's a good sound to hear. So we're back in business, I believe. So, hopefully that helped you out. Took a bullet, at least my remote did. For this video, I appreciate you watching though. Hopefully it helped. That's kind of what my channel's about. Feel free to like and subscribe, all the normal stuff. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.